Hi guys, what's up? It's me, Kim A, and I'm back with a new episode of When I First Heard. Let's get into it.
When Janet Jackson said, "In the thunder and rain, I could feel it." You see how I skipped the second line because I didn't know it? It's raining. I'm in my car, and you might hear drip drops. Drip, drop, drip, drippity, drop, drip. Shout out to Empire because they had some bops, okay? Stop playing with them, okay? But it's me, Kim A. Hey, y'all, what's up? It's me. I'm here for another episode of When I First Heard. And today I'm talking about a song that's very big to Chicago, very big to the city, okay? I feel like if you don't know this song, you're not from Chicago. If you don't know this group, you can't claim Chicago. You might be on the outskirts. It's given Broadview, it's given Schaumburg, it's giving Des Plaines, it's giving Palatine, it's giving Pilsen. No, Pilsen is in Chicago, so scratch that. It's giving all of the outskirts of the suburbs. It's giving that. If you don't know this song, I'm talking about a national treasure. Forget just being in Chicago. This song is iconic, okay? And every time, like when I'm out, restaurant, party, family gathering, anywhere, anytime I'm out and I hear this song, it's like, how do y'all know to play this? Like, it instantly like gets me hype. It puts me in a zone where I feel like I remember this Chicago. I remember being a child. The song was released in 1996, I believe, and I just remember being a kid in Chicago, just basking in all of Chicago's glory. I'm talking the Bulls winning the national championship. I'm talking people hanging out their cars, like going crazy, playing, "I got some ice cream and you can't have none. I got some ice. If this don't make your booty move, your booty must be dead." Like, this song reminds me of that Chicago. It reminds me of the Bulls winning the national championship. It reminds me of Chicago being a place where I felt safe, even in the most quote unquote hoodest places. Out west, out south, low end, 39th, Persian, out west, Laurel, Thomas, 60651, 60644. As the breath said, I felt comfortable. I felt safe. And I felt like it was just the vibe to grow up in Chicago. I know I joke a lot and say, like, spiritually I'm from New York City, but I love being from Chicago. I feel like we got so much culture. I feel like we just so raw. Like, we got so much, I don't even want to say swag because I know people still say swag, but we just got like this demeanor about ourselves that, like, we just know what we know. And, and that just reminded me of Kiki Palmer on the Terrell show when she was like, "Girl, say what you saying." Like, I feel like people from Chicago, we say what we say. And when we say it, we mean it, and you know it, okay? But I said all of that to say this. I'm talking about a Chicago classic, y'all. A classic, period. Crucial Conflict Rodeo. Tonight is the night that we ride the rodeo. Y'all know the song. Who shoot you everything? It's all hard to hook. You know the song. Ride the Rodeo was produced by Ralph Wild Style. And he's, of course, a member of the group. And I don't know, y'all, but for me, it's always gonna be the women that like goes crazy on the track. And I feel like I miss the days when you had like a male rapper and you also had a female rapper like on the chorus, but they was just like going crazy. Like the female, even if it wasn't a rapper, a female singer like made the song that much more catchier, that much more iconic. Because the first thing that I thought about was Thuggish Ruggish Bone. You got lazy and you got crazy. Busy in the house. Wish is in the house. and and Tasha. You got Tasha. Tasha sang that song like, of course. Bone Thugs and her. Wait, the first thing I thought about was Martin when he was like, we called Pam. What did he call Pam? Bone Thugs and Harmony. I forgot what he called Pam, but whatever. I just thought about that. But Bone Thugs and Harmony, of course, they carry. Those are rappers, lyricists, if you will. But when Tasha got on that song, is it Tasha or Tanya? Tasha. I think it's Tasha. But Tasha carried that song to a point where it's like, girl, why did you sing like this? Like, you had something to prove. What you had to do? Because why did you sing that chorus the way that you did? Because it's still iconic to this day. Like, Bone Thugs and Harmony carried. But Tasha, you carried that song. And when I think about Ride the Rodeo, I think about Miss Toy. Okay? Miss Toy, she carried that chorus as if she had something to prove. Like, she had something to prove. She had to get it done, okay? Miss Toy really, she did that. And I love that for us as women, because we could take some of the most, like, man, the most, what's the word I'm looking for? The most, I don't want to say thugged out, but the most, like, I guess it is thugged out. The most thugged out, like, hard rap core lyrics. We could take that and make it, we could bring it back to like a point where it's still like, you gonna play this in the club. The radio is gonna play this. Like, it's gonna be played, of course, the clean version, but it's like, you're gonna be like iconic because of this chorus. For me, of course, I'm gonna listen to like the lyrics and the verses, but for me, the chorus and the bridge always takes it home. And I feel like Miss Toy really wrote this beat. Like, the intro, when she came out, hey, like, that was like, girl, how do you come on a song like that? First of all, and she's from Chicago. Okay, Chicago was definitely carrying. Crucial Conflict is from Chicago, and even though Miss Toy ended up moving to LA and she started, she claimed LA because she grew up there, but she was born in Chicago, and I feel it. I hear it in that voice, like the way she carries on the song. And I did not know that was her on one of my favorite Ice Cube songs. You can do it, put your back into it. I can do it, put your back into it. Like, every time I hear a song, like, before I even knew it was her, like, I honestly just found out today that was her on that song. And I mean, like, I knew she was on this song, but I didn't know that was her on the Ice Cube song because she's not featured. But, and that's another thing, like, why weren't they like featuring women back then? Like, come on, they was really carrying. But Miss Toy really did her thing on this song, and she really carried the Ice Cube joint. Like, you can do it, put your back into it. Like, that still goes to this day. And every time I hear that song, I don't know if I'm the only person, when I hear a certain song, I think of a certain movie. But every time I hear that song, I think of Save the Last Dance. The club sing, you can do it, put your back into, like, every time. And I miss soundtracks. I miss great movie soundtracks. Let's get back to it, okay? Drew Hill was carrying, just to say, okay? But anyway, Crucial Conflict. The video, y'all gotta understand, Chicago, people associate Chicago as being country, even though growing up, born, raised in Chicago, I don't think so. But coming from other people, like, that's not from Chicago, they think that we're, I just sounded right, Chicago. Chicago. I don't know if y'all listen to the radio, but I think on WGCI they be like, Chicago. It's like a voice or whatever, but I feel like that's how I just sounded, whatever. But I feel like we as Chicagoans, people think we have an accent, but I don't. But then again, I do, because, like, watching Brett Loves Judy on WeTV, y'all catch them. Like, check them out. I love Brett and Judy. I'm gonna see Judy in Chicago in March 31st. Go buy your ticket. I wait. I love Judy. I love what she represents. But her and Brett, they're always talking about, Judy is from New Orleans, okay? She from New Orleans, and Brad is from Chicago, West Side, 60614. So they're always talking about, like, how Brad says car instead of car, But it, when I tell y'all, it just sounds so right coming from Chicago. Like, we do say car. We be like, let me go get my car. I don't know. We say car. But when I think about it out loud, it's like, why do we say car? Like C-A-H. Not car. We say car. And Judy always be like, what is car? It's car. But then again, and I feel like we from Chicago as well, because I'm notorious for saying, me and my sisters, we have the same dad. But every time I refer to my daddy, I'm going all the way off. But listen, I be like, my daddy, not my dad, my daddy, my father. We say my daddy, like D-E, okay? Not dad. Everybody else says dad. We be like, my daddy. That's my daddy. Why do we say that? Why do we do that? That's Chicago. And it's an accent. It is. That's why I say I believe we are and we not. But it's like I grew up in it. So, of course, I'm going to be like, no, we're not country. But we are. And it's okay. This Chicago, you know. But, crucial conflict. Let me get into the song, y'all. I love the culture. And when I was young, I used to hear this song a lot. And now that I'm grown, when I first heard Crucial Conflict, Rodeo, I just remember bopping to it. It's like, y'all really snapped. Like, looking at the video and seeing them like in the cowboy hats with the cowboy rodeo theme, it's like black people really are like very immersed in the country living lifestyle. We are, because it's a thing for us. Texas, Alabama, Minnesota, everywhere. Like, you don't, I don't even think you have to be from the South. It's like a lot of us are naturally like country, and we're raised to be like so self-efficient that it's like we have to, you know, do everything like not by the book, but like we don't mind getting our hands dirty. And I feel like that's a part of being quote unquote country, because it's like we gonna work. Okay, that's one thing we're gonna do. We're gonna work. We're gonna put in the work, and you're gonna see the results. And yeah, that's us. That's the Midwest. That's Southern. That's black people, period. But let me get into the lyrics. Y'all know I like getting into the lyrics. Okay, so I'm not gonna like get into like the entire song, but I want to get into my girl Miss Toy. She said, I can't take this anymore. You keep on knocking. It was the delivery for me. You keep on knocking at my door. Why you wanna waste my time in and out of my life? Hoochie coochie. Tonight is the night that we ride the rodeo. She ate. And you know what's crazy? Like, watching the video, Miss Toya literally was, you know, channeling her in a brandy. She was sitting up in her room. And then she opened her second verse up with, sitting here in my bedroom thinking of all the things you can do when you touch me in the right places. My toes curl up, I just can't take it. You told me that you care and you want to stay away. It's the delivery for me. Okay, she was really riding this beat. And it's crazy because she opened the song with sitting here. I mean, not the song. She opened this verse with sitting here in my bedroom. And every time I hear this song, and this verse in particular, it reminds me of that episode. And I'm going to put it on my Instagram in the post when I post the episode. When Moesha and Kim was on stage, and it was the episode when Moesha was trying to get into the group. Not even a group, but this is when China came from Paris. And is it CPQ? That's wait, CPQ is Campbell, Parker, and Q. Okay. In here in my bedroom, thinking of all the things you can do when you touch me in the right places. My toes curl up, I just can't take it. You told me that you care and you wanna stay away. But look. Why am I playing? Okay, she wrote it. Okay, but the part that took me all the way out, y'all, this episode is gonna be super short, but the song is kind of short, but it's just so iconic. Chicago, y'all, because people be trying to play Chicago. That's another thing. I feel like when we talk about great rappers, we talk about iconic rappers, iconic songs. Y'all be trying to leave Chicago out and stop playing on our top, okay? Because Chicago has some of the best rappers. We have some of the best music. I feel like a lot of people, when it comes to like their background and their come up story, Chicago always plays a part. So please put some respect on Chicago's name, okay? But the end of the song, she was like, get it up now, get it up, get it up, get it up now. Okay, I went super deep, but I feel like her passion, and that's another reason why I loved her on You Can Do It, Put Your Back Into It. Like, the whole, you can do it, put your back into it. Like, she made me believe it. Like, when I'm doing something and I feel like I can't get it achieved, I instantly think like, you can do it, put your back into it. Like, in her voice, she made me believe that I could do it. And it's like, I can, because I could do anything, okay? But when she said, get it up, get it up, get it up now, get it up, the voice was definitely voicing. Miss Toy, you wrote that beat. And I feel like every beat you get a hold of, you snatch it and you make it your own. And I love that for you. I love that for us. Legendary. Crucial Conflict, Miss Toy, Chicago, Inglewood, California. Y'all really snapped. And it's crazy because I feel like a lot of my favorite rappers either are from New York City, Chicago, or LA. And the fact that Chicago and LA came together and created like an iconic staple. I don't know if it's a staple for people in LA as much as it is in Chicago, but when I tell y'all, whenever, I don't care where you are. And this brings me back to Coleman's barbecues as well. I don't know if y'all familiar, Chicago, West Side, South Side, whatever. Mr. Coleman of Coleman's Barbecue out west, very heavy. I believe he had like 3 or 4 different locations. Mr. Coleman's used to have the Coleman's Barbecue every year at a big park. I don't remember exactly what parks it used to be, but my family was really close with Mr. Coleman before he passed away. And I'll never forget like WGCI being there, like being a vibe, big barbecue, jumpy houses, dance battles, just so much fun. Like, I feel like we don't have that anymore in Chicago. Like, no, not to say we don't have it, but as far as it feeling like a family dynamic, I know we have like the Silver Room Block Party, we have the High Park Fest, we have the Taste of Chicago and stuff like that. But I feel like with the Coleman's Barbecue, it just felt like a family dynamic. It felt like we were coming together with cousins that we didn't see like in a week or two. It's like, oh, okay, let's, get together, let's dance, let's jump double dutch, let's, make up dance routines, eat some good fried barbecue. And it was just a time. This song reminds me of that Chicago. And I miss it. And I really do hope we can get back to it. And shout out to Crucial Conflict again. Shout out to Chicago. Shout out to Miss Toy for always riding the beat the way that she does. Miss Toy, you are a legend. Crucial Conflict, you guys are legends. Not just Chicago legends. Legends, period. Like, I do wish you guys can go on tour, because I will be there with my head on. I will be going crazy. And don't get me started on, hey, smoking on, hey, in the middle of the barn. We told up from the floor. I'm sipping on that crowd wood. Like, come on, man. Chicago. We are iconic, okay? Iconic. Don't let anybody else tell you anything different, okay? But this is me, Kim A. K Brand. I'm on Instagram. I'm on the Twitter, on the TikTok, Kim A. K Brand. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kim A Presents. Green means go, because it does, okay? Follow me on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts. When I first heard with Kim A, okay? Y'all take care.